Hey everybody, I'm Sam.
I'm Will.
And I'm Adam, and we are
Working Title!
Young Midoriya!
Shoujo!
Oh yeah!
You sound like the Minecraft guys. Guys, we are back with another episode of
My Hero Academia! This is episode 19 of season 5, called
More of a hero than anyone.
There we go. We have a couple episodes left, but last on, what happened, boys?
A previous enemy popped up with from Endeavor's past. I think it was like 7 years ago or something. Irrelevant.
The ending.
That's his name.
Yeah.
He had the dumbest quirk. He wanted Endeavor to kill him, got super dark, and he held his eldest son hostage. I'm forgetting his name, I apologize.
Natsuo. Yeah.
And then the big three came in for the victory and blew past Endeavor and saved the day. There was a heartfelt moment between Endeavor and Natsuo on the road.
Yeah.
Very well deserved, and it was awesome.
It was absolutely amazing. And then, what's his name? Was like, woo! Or somebody sneezed, and Hawks was like, somebody's talking about me.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
So let's get back to Hawks.
I didn't know that was a thing. I
know,
it
Will
was
said that, and I was
ringing
just like,
ears
mind blown. I
is
was like,
what I was told. When your ears ring, somebody's talking about you. Guys, if you enjoy this content, make sure you leave a like, punch the subscription button, notification bell's right there, flick it. After you leave a comment, check out the Patreon. It's also in the description if you want to see Vinland Saga.
Full Metal Alchemist.
1 week in advance. Check out the Patreon.
And this is Adam Marcus Substitute, guys. If y'all want to check out My Hero Academia, go on whatever anime streaming service you prefer. Come back to YouTube, watch Working Titles Reaction. We're going to punch it. Bow! We're going to go plus ultra!
Bow! We always do that!
yeah.
It's just like
The one.
It's instinct to do punch it.
It's muscle memory, you know? We've been doing this for like 300 episodes at this point.
Essentially.
It's okay if you don't forgive me.
I love that we do a recap. It's just right.
And then they recap it.
I want to atone.
He's the goat.
The shape of the Todoroki family was about to transform.
Oh yeah, and Endeavor is...
Not
Oh yeah,
moving.
building a house for them, and he's
Right.
gonna stay in this house.
Even if only a slight one. Our work study took up the entire winter break. Still, it felt like it was over in a flash. And then, the third term began. Our
It's
first
over like that?
delay seemed like it
I
flew
told
by,
you.
and
They did
suddenly,
all the
there
important
were
things,
just
and that's
3
it.
months left.
My classmates, a happy new year to you all!
Oh, how do you do that?
Happy New Year, everyone.
Today's class will consist of a practical briefing. We'll each share our accomplishments, challenges, etc. from over the winter break. So comrades, it's time to suit up and head over to Ground Alpha.
Well, there you go.
Quiet. Time to get started.
Happy New Year, Mr.
Thankfully, Manuel, the hero with whom I apprentice at my work study, is a leader in Hosu. It was just 1 week, but he taught me well.
And it was only a week.
Without being
Okay.
uptight.
Oh.
Yeah, that's the only way to live. I take it
He's gyrating his hips. What the heck?
Let's go.
Okay.
Mr. Aizawa, please report to the staff room immediately.
Flashback episode, man.
Is that a new costume? Hey, what you got?
Oh, that's hers. I was like, whose is that?
The Invisible Girl!
Invisible girl, she's back.
Is that the...
That was slick.
Whoa!
Dude, look at the moves.
It's not what you think, Ashido. It's really not. I promise.
Do they think it's a gift from Deku or something?
Keeping it close for now.
That's what I think.
Because otherwise,
Safe.
Natsuki?
Whoa, you mean you mastered that weird new power?
Who's Natsuki?
I don't know.
For real? Dang, that was quick! That black ribbon stuff that shot out of your army, Doria?
Yeah, it's called Blackwood.
Gosh, that was insane.
It's pretty freaking cool if you ask me.
I mean, that like it's spread out big enough to grab. What's the kaiju dude called?
But I still can't
The
control it.
big monster. That's all.
Gigantomatsu?
Gigantomatsu.
They
Yeah.
grabbed him?
No, I'm saying it's big enough.
Oh, to grab
No,
him. Whoa.
Midoriya! Bakugo! What's your problem, stupid?
You just like stab him in the head.
It's ketchup. It's ketchup.
Basically.
He had to leave?
Nice. Yeah, immediately.
Can't you make this thing go any faster?
Enough already. Relax.
What are we doing? Whoa, 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 what's happening?
Remember flashback? There was something insinuated
Sure.
between the two of them. Yeah.
Yeah, I
don't
remember
know.
that. I remember
He
that.
mentioned a name.
During the fight at the USJ, you didn't act like you would have. If you were.
Who?
How low will these bastards go? This is too far.
Who are we talking
I,
about?
for one, refuse to believe it. I bet Mr. Sukauchi and the others have just got it wrong.
Prison.
Oh, Pegasus? Or what do they call this?
No more humans whose bodies have been radically bioengineered to withstand multiple quirks. However,
All for one?
Are they going to check on him?
No, not
not
him.
living humans.
What?
They're complete messes. Everything from their brains to their hearts.
Stop.
Oh my god.
Oh, wait, what are you talking about?
Zombies.
Nomu truly are puppets.
Nomu. Yeah. It is.
They're
Yeah.
marionettes with no will of their
Is it a
own.
friend of theirs?
Or at least
Oh my
that's what
gosh.
you thought.
Maybe the person they were
Gran
talking about.
Torino, we skipped our classes to come here. So let's get to the point,
Oh, dude,
shall
he is
we?
pissed.
Yeah. So is he.
Aizawa,
Hold on.
calm
Oh.
down, bro.
For us, what you're about to hear might be too much to bear.
God.
He's got
This
to be
guy's a core member of the League of Villains.
a core member.
If we can get him to spill some intel, we'd be able to hit them where it hurts.
And you think it's a
Fortunately,
Nomu?
he's shown
No,
sign of
he was saying that when they modified Nomu, they've been dead,
When it comes
essentially.
to info that would put the League at a disadvantage, he suddenly goes non-responsive. Like someone flipped his off switch.
Wait,
Okay.
what?
It's sophisticated. So it took us a long time to figure out what was going on.
Oh!
Kuragiri?
They've combined a bunch of quirk
Right?
factors.
Yeah.
So he's not
Turns
human.
out,
Hold on.
No,
belonged
he
to a
is.
kid you were quite familiar with in your UA days. A young boy who lost his life way too soon.
Yep.
No
To
way.
save others.
Whoa.
Those are Aizawa's goggles.
Yeah.
We found out that this base quirk is a very close match to Oboro Shirakumo's.
Oboro Shirakumo's?
Yeah.
Obero.
So, Kurogiri is a Nomu of that kid?
Once upon a time,
What?
we were working hard to become heroes together.
I love his hair.
Shota, he's a sheep. I've been thinking when we graduate, we should start a hero agency. I mean, there's 3 of us after all, so even if one of us slips up, there's no doubt the other 2 will always have his back. You know what I'm always saying. Shota's got an eye
They
for
all
detail.
belong to a
no
rock
pun
band.
intended. He's
Hells
a
yeah.
master at negotiating. Let's start an agency. Let's just do it.
Sounds like
When
Yugi.
Oboro Shirakumo died,
That does sound like Yugi.
he and I were doing our work study together.
He died in a work study?
He
Oh,
got out in a collapsing
fudge.
building. There 1 second and gone the next.
no.
He dreamed of the 3 of us starting an agency, but died right after sharing those plans with us.
No.
Damn.
In other words, Kurogiri is a kind of Nomu.
Oh, yeah.
There's a high probability that the base of his quirks was adapted by using Oboro Shirakumo's remains.
Oh.
This doesn't make any damn sense.
Do you want to know why we often attack UA? It's simple, really. Where else can one find such a concentration of outstanding quirks? A rather logical strategic move, don't you think?
Oh.
All the potential
Went on to
symbols of
say
hope.
It was like being a dog under the table at a 5-star restaurant. How disgusting. We just swapped out Oboro Shirakumo's body and turned him into one of his insane Nomu marionettes.
No frickin'
A
way.
mistake to expect
I mean,
us
but
all to
he's
make sense
he's
like
pretty
it.
cognitive. I don't
It's
get
purely
this.
Well-
which rarely, if
I mean, he
ever,
seems
exists.
super intelligent, like a normal person.
They said that he was like, when they started questioning about the
Right now, we've got
he,
him sedated.
about the League of Villains,
If we
he
don't, he'll try to use
clammed
his
up,
quirk.
like he shut down, like someone turned
Still
an off
haven't
switch.
explained what he
Damn.
was here.
Take the Nomu that Endeavor defeated in Kyushu. The report says it had a distinct personality.
Yeah, that thing was
and
like,
that it displayed a hyperfixation
conscious.
on powerful fighters. When they analyzed its DNA, they found that its original body belonged to
Love
a
that
common
design.
hoodlum who made his living as an underground street fighter.
Whoa.
Makes
Wow.
sense, doesn't it?
His hair even
Still
looks like the
has
reflection of the
personality.
Nobu's, like splitting off,
yeah.
or like the skin.
But I'll emphasize again,
So
if you
bizarre.
can just get him to talk, it'd be a major break in the case.
Oh my gosh, they're gonna see if he'll like open up to them
Yeah.
Yeah.
from like triggering like any form of his past
Seem
self.
to reawaken Oboro Shirakumo's mind.
Jesus.
That is bizarre. And I mean, they've already come in contact technically.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know how often Warpgate was near him during that final fight. But...
He said they made an encounter.
Yeah.
If you two can't get through to him, we're going to ask them to see him next.
Them?
Oh, his family.
Never allow his parents to think their son became something so disgusting.
No way. Oh, Aizawa.
He's awake.
I don't think we've met since the UA raid.
Yeah.
Even when Eraser looks at him, the haze hangs around. I guess his body doesn't have a normal form.
Yeah, it'd be like Tokoyami, technically. Can't
Looks like
erase
you guys
the
got it wrong after all.
mutation.
This freak is nothing like our old friend Shirakumo.
How's Tomura Shigaraki doing? It's my duty to look after him.
Yeah, he's like a robot, man.
That's a lame duty if you ask me. Who would ever want to have to take care of that gloomy little punk all day long?
I've never questioned it. I'm not the type to neglect a friend.
Personal shot?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Did something happen in the battle?
Yeah.
Maybe he didn't go and save him or something.
Oh,
the cat! Remember?
Yeah.
The kind of guy who would take in a
Just
stray
stared
kid.
at the cat during the dinner.
I was always hesitating. I didn't have a heart like you.
Oh.
Hi, I'm Shirakumo. So nice to meet you, Shota buddy.
Yeah.
Shota, the cafeteria seats are gonna fill up. Come on! I'll lend you my goggles. They'll hide and protect your eyes so you can get in close. Check it out. Now we match.
Oh, that's so
I acted on
bad.
instinct. I overthought. But you
Okay.
pulled me along.
Is this a confession? You were always looking ahead.
Do you think he'll
Never
get like
worried
reach something?
about the consequences.
Maybe.
The authority to expel and re-enroll them?
Yes, sir. Sacrifice for others is different than throwing your life away. When these naive kids get the two mixed up, I can expel them, give them a little death so they'll learn. Then I'll re-enroll them. That way they know what's at stake and they'll strive to reach even higher.
The freedom you're asking for is in line with UA's core philosophy.
Is in
Do
line?
you know
Yeah.
why I did it? I didn't want them to make the same fatal mistake you did.
At the same time, I wanted them to be like you.
Oh.
I wanted to shape them into heroes
Dang,
who motivate
man.
and inspire.
Oh.
Shirakumo!
If you're in there, if there's any trace of my friend left at all,
Oh,
The three of us, we can still do it.
we can be heroes.
Oh my god.
Come on, breakthrough.
crazy.
Tell me, the monster who did this to you, where'd they take you to mess with your brain?
I don't.
When you last saw me,
Holy shit.
Saying
when you
something.
attacked UA, did you really feel nothing at all?
I don't.
Whoa! Oh, they're not gonna kill him, are they?
Damn it, talk to
Are they
us!
gonna kill him?
No.
Not them, but like some.
No, no.
The three of us were in class 2A together at UA High School, and we were all going to become heroes together! Get over us, Shirakumo!
Oh, God, please.
Back to the start.
I am Kurogiri, the protector of Tomura Shigaraki.
Damn.
I couldn't break through, man.
Nothing you're saying makes any sense to me.
Oh!
Whoa!
It's like his dead body.
His brainwaves. Quiet.
Whoa!
Yes, you can fight this!
Come on, Shirakumo! I mean, there's three of us after all. So even if one of us slips up, there's no doubt the other two will always have his back.
It was in the hospital.
Hospital? Oh,
He fought through it though. What the fudge is happening?
That is him, though.
Are your eyes okay?
Oh,
They're a bit dry, but no big deal.
He said hospital.
It seemed like we were close to getting something more specific. Sorry we couldn't be of more use or if it was a waste.
No, far from it.
How's Kurogiri?
He shut down like he short-circuited or something.
He's gonna be
Anyway,
caring about
we took a big
Kurogiri
step
now.
forward.
I made you reopen painful wounds. But trust me, something good has come out of it.
Oh,
These Nomu. What exactly are they?
I don't know why you people refuse to understand. It's like making a fine wine. To get the juice, one must trample the grapes.
Yeah.
And all I really want is to continue savoring all the delicious notes.
Who can say? Who cares?
twisted,
My
man.
sole
Sick
concern
fuck.
here is ensuring there will be no further
So
victims.
twisted.
I'll do whatever that requires.
I'm just hoping to see some progress.
Poor Aizawa.
Right then.
And
I'd better sing this up the chain.
What was that? You're always turning to me, man. Oh, hero work? Yeah, I mean, I'm the number 2 guy after all. Impressive. Ain't no big deal, man. I'm gonna go grab a drink real quick. You want anything?
Black coffee with lots of milk and tons of sugar.
Cool, you got it.
I would love to see those two interact more.
Hospital. The pieces have fallen into place. All that's left now is...
A human with his ego still perfectly intact, who possesses unlimited power. The ultimate being whom All for One and I have sought all this time.
Ew.
My masterpiece.
Ew.
Tomorashi.
Dr. Eggman?
Coming along nicely. Better than I ever imagined.
Oh my gosh!
What the hell was that?
I'm staying for potential after credit.
They've given us like 3 post credits in a row now. Was he growing like? Was that like a vine?
No, that was
No,
like
that was
a tube.
Wire
It
too.
was like
Okay.
a tube in his stomach and then like nodes to electrocute him.
Weird.
This is how we're gonna see him get his new power.
Hopefully.
I was literally just gonna say, I was like, so is all this like a lead up to Shigaraki gaining abilities?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, that was crazy. Kind of pissed me off that there's no more English episodes to watch.
Yeah, same.
What a weird shift in like reality for us.
Yeah.
That was another piece of the puzzle though.
Yeah, but it's like been there this whole time, but like we never had any like realization until now. What immediate thoughts on the episode?
Phenomenal. I was almost crying. It was very good.
I don't know why, but like to me that was like my favorite one so far this season.
Yeah,
same.
It's easily a top 3er. I like even outside the episode, the art style, particularly for this episode, felt like pretty unique in and of itself. Maybe it's because we haven't had Aizawa. Maybe it was the shift of like location.
To top that, this is our first episode with present Mike. Really, we've never really had an episode with him like this.
Yeah, I mean,
I love seeing this side of him.
The only time we ever got him was his normal self. I mean, he's the announcer for a lot of this stuff, and he was at the part 1 of season 2 as the announcer, and then we fought him as like students in
The animal
part
voice
B of
guy.
season 2. But yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
This was the most like human we've seen him.
Exactly. Same with Aizawa too.
Oh my gosh.
Really caring for his friend. That just.
Yeah. So how did the episode start?
Them back to school after
Yeah.
their 1 week for the new year.
They're gonna gear up in their costumes and do something.
Yeah, they were gonna
Prepping
show
for
off
something.
their what they've learned and new
Yeah.
abilities and what they achieved
And then
in their work studies.
And then Aizawa showed up, which seemed like he was going to teach the class, but they were just like, see ya!
They
Yeah.
call
We're going to go work with All Might. Then he got the call.
Before that, though, I know it's tiny, but like, what do you think? That was the little toy popped out of Uraraka's device.
I thought that was the thing
Did-
that Ari gave her.
Was it?
I don't
But
remember.
It might have
what's
been.
Netsuki?
I don't know.
Netsuki's I don't know. That's why I asked, because I thought it was a name of some like a character we've already met in the show. Netsuki.
This was saying it's like an ornamental toggle-like piece.
Oh, maybe that's just a name for an ornament?
It's like a keychain or something.
Okay. Yeah, well, she had a little gift. I don't know
It
if
did
it's
have
from
a hook
Ari.
to attach to something.
I don't know if it's from Deku, but I mean, we already know she has a romance with him. But was that? I mean, nothing really happened on the boys' side of the locker room. It was just Bakugo stabbing him in the head for what reason?
What was that about?
He was yammering on about how he learned his new power, and he was just shutting him up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just trying to
Started
keep
bleeding.
quiet on it.
Yeah.
There was a ketchup fountain coming out of him.
He lost.
And then he was talking like this on the way over.
He lost brain cells.
Yeah.
Brain power.
Yeah.
And then All Might, no one's laughing at his jokes. And then,
That was so weird.
back to the actual main story was Eraserhead walking out immediately. His facial reactions in this episode were so great.
There was a lot of detail.
For somebody who like holds back like his not emotions but like his personal life.
Yeah.
It's really cool to see him like kind of break down a bit.
Yeah.
And like even in his breakdown he's still covering it, like the entirety of the speech he's just like this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like he literally he can't even like grasp reality. He has to like cover every form because he can't even do anything.
I thought it was because he was gonna vomit just thinking about the past.
Could be that too.
Yeah. I felt like it was more like he was hiding his face. Like,
Yeah.
Not like he was not wanting to show he was crying, but like shock. I mean, there was for a moment I literally, unintentionally, I had my face covered up because I was like blown away.
Yeah.
It could be like the ugly face, like the almost your mental state just leaving you, like the flood of emotions, kind of like Natsuo with Endeavor saving him the other day, like the smiley face or whatever, or however you want to read that, just like him like kind of in shock and panicking and then putting on a front kind of thing.
The realization that's your dead friend who's been dead for how many years?
Since they were kids. I mean,
that's so hard to take in.
Dude, Present Mike sweating in the car. Like
that car, I wanted to say that was my favorite scene.
Setting the tone, I'm just like, what the hell is happening?
Him, and then when he puts his hand on him, he's like...
He's shaking.
Calm down.
And then with you guys saying, like, what is happening? I was like, did we miss something?
Yeah.
Like, did we mistranslate them talking
The
earlier?
whole conversation with old man Gran Torino walking through the hallway, and the cop that's All Might's friend was so ominous and so terrifying. I loved it.
Yeah, well, just the fact that they were going to All for One's prison. It is the All for One prison, right?
Yeah, I think it's just their prison. Like
just the universal prison.
I wonder if that has a name.
Taurus. It's Taurus. I thought it was Pegasus. It's Taurus. I'm pretty sure he's like... Or Tartarus.
Tartarus?
It's Taurus or Tartarus. It's a Greek name.
Tartar sauce.
It is
tartar sauce.
I'm pretty sure he's on the lowest level of it, though. But
yeah, and I mean, they had...
Before we go, I wanted to bring up All Might's friend. He looked like he was fucking exhausted of what he'd been doing.
Yeah, I mean,
oh my gosh.
I mean, if he's working with the same people that is like enlisting Hawks to do undercover work, I mean, Homeboy's probably been doing all-nighters and double shifts his whole...
Yeah.
For the past... He's probably been doing that since they attacked UA, honestly, because he seems like
he's
hasn't
had a single day of rest.
He seems like he's been like the main investigator for everything, and I mean, Ish just keeps hitting the fan after every single day. I mean, they've already attacked that city, right? Yeah. Remember, like, earlier in the season when one of the cities blew up?
Yeah.
That's already happened, so...
So is Shigaraki going through this procedure again?
I mean, it could be an ongoing thing. You know what I mean?
An ever upgrading thing.
That must suck.
But one of the moments I liked when Eraserhead and Aizawa and President Mike are always actively together. There's always kind of this like negative positive battery interaction you always get between them as narrators for the tournaments or just interacting, whereas like ideology wise just as teachers, one's super calm, one's super like over the top.
Yeah.
And even when they butt heads, it's more jokingly. I love that, like, because both of them are like on this like deeper tone, that when they're walking through and Aiza makes like a brazen comment, even Present Mike who's not putting on like a come on man, it was like, dude, like, are you gonna be okay kind of thing. I was like, oh, this is awesome.
Yeah.
Like, I think it's the first like real talk interactions that we've gotten from the two of them.
Yeah.
So I mean, okay, the next thing, they go in and they learn from before they go and talk to himself.
Yeah, they learn that the Nomu, which I don't even know if they've really explained this exactly before, or if this is just like the first time it's really like laid out clear. But the Nomu are essentially just dead
bodies.
That I didn't know.
Yeah, they're just dead people that they've like reanimated to be these monster mutant freaks. Yeah, that's the only way to put it.
The only knowledge we had of them before any of this was that they have multiple quirks.
Yeah.
That's really it.
Yeah, and so that they had learned...
All for One created them.
Yes. And they had learned that each Nomu... Not each Nomu, but some of the like major ones that we've identified have like quirks that are very related to another like known person or known hero. Like,
did they also mention they have personalities? Some of them.
Well, no, they said that most of them haven't had personalities, but the one that fought Endeavor did, and it had like this like wanting to fight. It talked and wanted to fight the strongest person.
And that's when the cage fighter.
Yeah, they test his DNA, and he was an underground cage fighter. That like, you know, of course that makes sense. That guy who made a living on the streets fighting like that, like would want to fight the strongest person.
That's cool that they narrowed that down, because I also thought when we discovered they have two quirks, they also discovered there's multiple DNA inside the Nomu.
I think that might have been the thing that makes him... I don't know. There's no concrete evidence. Maybe the one that was like the brawler, that was like one specific power. But I was under the assumption when we first started to see these things that the result of them being dumb was because of the mending multiple things.
Yeah. Well, now the reason that they're dumb is because they're dead bodies.
Yeah,
being like brought back to life.
I know that's the new evidence presented. I hope that's not like 100% truth, and this is like their ongoing investigation of the Nomu, and that's like where they're currently placing their cards. Because that sucks so much. Because I kind of wanted to like be able to have a revival of these Nomu at some point, but now it's like if this is the truth and this is what we're working off, they're pretty much like curses from jiu-jitsu. Like
kind of.
Like, once they turn, it's like no going back kind of thing, which kind of stinks.
Yeah, I mean...
I thought they established that when we learned the two quirks. They said there's basically no coming back from this.
I mean, they might have said that, but they might have not... it might be, like, just their own word against science.
Yeah, I mean, I think at that point, though, it's like what... It's kind of like... Sorry to bring up a show that people might not care about, but, like, Invincible. Like, you remember, like, the robot guys?
Things.
The ones that are like half dead.
Oh,
that almost kill
this teacher.
Spoiler, yeah. But those guys.
The one still had memory fragments though.
But they were like essentially dead. Yeah, and he just like kept them alive with like robotic parts.
He removed like the frontal lobe of their brain.
But it's like at that point, like, is it even worth? Like, is it humane to keep them alive? Like, the Nomu, like, they might be able to restore some conscious, but they're going to be, like, animals or... I mean, they're deformed. They're, like, mutilated. Like, they've been, like, abused and on a genetic level. Yeah. And so it's like, what's the point of... Keeping them around at that point? Like, it's messed up.
Seems like they've already made their decision based off of Season 3 anyway, and never went for the kill every time.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
And the military police.
I mean, not everybody. It's not necessarily up to Endeavor to like make the call too. He might just. Sure. He's just like, these things are monster bad, dead.
Personal preference, dead.
Yeah, but then they go into the room to have the conversation with them, with Kurogiri.
Yeah, and with that we find out Kurogiri is a Nomu.
That is so
crazy.
A type of Nomu.
Yeah, I thought there was a person in there the entire time,
and they brought up a fact that I was.
Or he was just a gate, just this aura that floated around.
Yeah, I don't...
Wasn't it also the neck brace did something with him, right? That kept his form.
That's what they said, that it kept his form. That's why he wore it, and that's why they could never find where his body was.
Because Bakugo... Wasn't there an episode where Bakugo puts his hand on it and he starts causing some explosions on it?
He jumps for the thing and presses it to the ground in Season 1 so that they know where the source comes from.
Right.
So even if he squirms around, he can only squirm as far as his limit takes him. But from that destination. It's not like the smoke can carry the brace and go somewhere.
Right.
Yeah, like the brace is what anchors it to a spot.
Pretty much.
I don't know if I saw a brace when he was in there. He just had the straitjacket.
It might be underneath.
Yeah.
Because he looks, I mean, normally he looks like he's like 7 foot tall
Yeah.
too, with a giant,
nice tux,
blowing head or whatever.
I was gonna say though, it does make sense a tiny bit. Like how the man is presented seems like this adult, prestigious guy who like book smart, runs a shop. Seems like out of the bad guys was the more intelligent of who we got for the first 3 seasons. And I never really understood why he followed Shigaraki.
He's the babysitter.
Yeah, but like I don't. Because Shigaraki was such a brat back then. It's like, why would he have followed him when this kid doesn't really seem promising, other than maybe he's like a friend of the head honcho and is just kind of like godfathering Shigaraki along the way.
No, he was designed to guide him.
But they said that, so that makes sense. They're pretty sure that in the episode they were like, this is why you would follow. And they're like, of course you'd follow the brat. You have to be programmed to, because otherwise you wouldn't have, kind of thing. In the ballpark of what they were saying.
Yeah.
Is that why they brought up the cat? It just helps a stray creature.
No, he had brought that up, that he was designed to help somebody, and he just said a phrase that was like very similar to
what his original self was.
What
like.
what the OG him was. Yeah, like a caring friend. Essentially, that's what he is to Shigaraki. Essentially, which like kind of fits the personality of who he was prior. Yeah, man, the emotion of Aizawa in that scene was crazy. It was more than we had seen from him in the whole show.
Yeah.
And just seeing, like, the moment that he snapped when he was like, I would never let them go. Like, talking about when they said, if you can't break through to him, then we'll bring the family in. And he was like, I would never let his parents see him like this. And
that's his hair shot up.
Yeah, his hair shot up, and
awesome.
he activated his quirk. I mean, like, that was...
He held that quirk.
The whole time.
Through
crying.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it was just amazing. And it was cool to see his, like...
Backstory.
His backstory, but also his reasoning for why he teaches, like, why he expels...
he's so strict,
Why he expels kids, why he teaches, which makes sense. I always kind of assumed that it was, like, he's super hard on the kids because he doesn't want them to mess up.
Yeah,
like,
go out into the field and die.
Yeah, like how he had experienced himself, but, with one of his best friends dying before they even made it out of school in a work study. I mean, like, well, that's what he was saying.
So when he goes and sees the mouse, was that like a flashback of like, before our students show up?
Yeah, he said because he was at the head of 2A, and we saw all those random kids.
Okay. I thought that I missed it. I thought that was like present day, just another class he had just excused. Okay.
No,
that's awesome.
He expelled them, and then it showed. They were all like,
principal.
Yeah, they were all like, why would he do that? It's so scary, blah, blah, blah. And then why would he expel us to re-enroll us?
Yeah.
And then he goes to the principal and says, I want to expel them so that I can teach them what, like, death is like without causing the harm.
Oh, it's so much better than I perceived it.
If you want to be a hero, you gotta be serious.
Yeah, but he also doesn't want them to, like, what did he say? When he was screaming at Kurogiri, he said, like... I never want kids to sacrifice themselves for some, like, false sense of justice or something like that. Like, so they don't die for, like, nothing.
I don't want them to die like you did.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what thing they were a part of, though. That seemed pretty intense. It didn't seem like...
Well, it said it was a work study.
Yeah.
A building collapsed.
A building just collapsed on him.
That's horrible.
Yeah. And I'm sure Aizawa feels a type of way like it's his fault because he was there for it and didn't save him.
And the Kurogiri, didn't it send a jab at him, like, verbally, like I wouldn't abandon somebody. Didn't he say something like that?
Yeah, he said he wouldn't abandon, like, Shigaraki, essentially.
Yeah. Or I would never abandon a friend or something.
So maybe it wasn't, like, intentional, but just it struck a chord. Because I was like, well, that shows some sign of, like, remembrance of his past self, so okay.
Yeah.
So it's just... his new things happen to correlate with something that hit.
Yeah. Well, I think his personality is it's different, but it's the same.
Yeah.
Like, he still has that...
Twisted.
Yeah, he's... Nice. Good one.
Totally not intentional.
Well, there we go. Cut that part out. It was intentional. But yeah, like, he has this warped sense of protective, nature. That is why he protects Shigaraki, but he had it before with his friends. I mean, just like you said, one person, taking care of the cat, trying to be friends with Aizawa, even when Aizawa didn't want to be. Like,
this is great for, like, setting the grounds for like stakes later on.
Yes.
Because now we're not gonna really want to kill him. We're gonna always and quote unquote like because they said the Nomos are dead. Because this is a special type, maybe it can still be in my boundary of like maybe we can resurrect this type, as opposed to the brain dead like golem looking ones that we normally get. Maybe I don't know. This is a very specific case because I would never have thought he's a Nomu.
Yeah,
super weird.
Did they also say why Kirigiri was like kind of resembling their friend group? Is it because of the quirk? His quirk was very similar to their friends. Was that it?
Wait, similar to the friend group? Can you say that again?
I'm sorry. Like, the reason they brought those two in, is it also because his quirk was very similar to his friend?
Yeah, they said the DNA test. And
okay,
and
it was
the
just
quirk,
the DNA.
Well, it was the quirk. The quirk at first, they said, like, through their records, I think, was similar to the kid that died.
So maybe he had a warp gate as well.
But then I think they checked the DNA. Yeah, well, we don't even know his quirk was. They said it was similar, so maybe his quirk was like... Yeah, teleportation-esque or smokescreen-esque.
Shit, maybe that's what happened. He teleported Aizawa out of the way.
Yeah,
he got killed. He took the fall.
I liked his
I can't make a reference. You guys haven't seen it.
No, don't.
It's all good.
Damn it.
I like the blue-haired like design of the kid though.
Yeah, he looked cool. Oh, and he gave him
He looks like a Digimon character.
He gave him his goggles.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Oh.
I mean, he freaking held them up. That's kind of like what snapped him, too. He punched him and held him up. It's like, come on, man.
Yeah.
Who
did this to you?
I love how Aizawa ended up as, like, this loner type, but with, like, two really outgoing friends.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I just wonder how that, like, transpired to end up with not two loudmouths, one loudmouth, but one, like, super charismatic buddy.
Yeah.
And then just kind of be, like, the reject of the friend group.
Yeah.
They were totally in a band. Totally.
They probably
I think
were.
that's what... we should start an agency. It's a band. It's a band.
Yeah. who would you say plays what parts? Because I was kind of under that.
Present Mike is definitely the singer just because his name is Present Mike. Aizawa is the drummer.
Doesn't the blue-haired guy look like the face of the... He looks like he would be the face of the magazine.
The face of the band?
The
guy who stands out?
Yeah.
Aizawa's definitely a drummer.
No, he's the moody bass player that sits in the background and, like, mopes but gets into the music.
Yeah, something like that.
Okay. I don't know, maybe he is a front man, the guy who passed away.
He weirdly reminded me of, like, a Harry Styles type. They all looked like they were some UK band in my mind.
There's an anime trope in this.
Yeah.
Character with the tape on the nose.
I liked that. I thought it was a cool little effect. I thought it gave him a tiny bit of character. Seemed like he's
it's
a rough...
to open my sinuses.
He's a rough type of guy. Oh, is that what it's for?
I don't know. I think it is for
There's
that.
some things that you can strip to your skin that, like, put,
Yeah, that's the thing you put on your nose is supposed to open your sinuses.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Okay.
Vicks.
Well, I was just gonna say something about the goggles. He must have them for a reason, but whatever.
Well, he said he would give it to him because it would help his eyes and like help him like hide his ability.
Wait, he said I'd lend you, not give.
Well, yeah.
We'll never know.
Yeah, I feel
potentially.
I feel like it'd probably be just giving it to him.
It's probably not important.
Okay, crazy thing though is that they asked All For One like, or they were talking about like, why does All For One do this?
It's fucked.
And he gave the example of like sometimes to make wine you have to trample a few grapes and get that like fine cuisine.
Okay, yeah.
And you know what's crazy is like
perfect it.
Well, that's what I'm saying. He's perfecting it. It's not like he's like trying to make an army of Nomu. I don't think that's it. I think he's testing Nomu to try and make the perfect
ultimate Nomu
for Shigaraki.
Shigaraki, yes, for Shigaraki. Everything.
Don't you think this is a bit premature considering, like, so far every Nomu is almost dumb still? I mean, some of them have intelligence, but...
Well, here's the thing, though. We don't know when the Nomu were made.
Right.
True.
Like, they could have been making Nomu forever, then they got Kirigiri, and they perfected him, like, down to a...
pretty decent.
They perfected him to, like, at least a robot science, and now they're, like... They did two things.
They're adding to it.
They did two things. They made a really strong Nomu, and then they made one that they could give a very specific quirk to and adjust its personality. Then they made this Endeavor one that was personality and ability, but still kind of like controlled like a robot. Now they're moving on to the perfection stage of having the crazy, Shigaraki, but in full control of whatever his ability is.
That's not where I thought the story was. I thought I thought it would be like Shigaraki just inherits All for One, but maybe All for One doesn't ever transfer anything like that, and then we just have that and just a Nomu steroid Shigaraki.
Are you saying that they're not turning Shigaraki into a Nomu, but they're
but the Nomu is using the Nomu are created to perfect the
process of making one? I'm assuming.
Yeah, to perfect the process of
transferring power.
Yes.
Yeah, transferring power or enhancing. I guess probably because All for One realizes that he might die or he might not be able to do his thing forever because he might not be able to transfer All for One. That makes sense.
Yeah,
yes.
He might not be able to transfer All for One to Shigaraki for whatever reason.
Maybe it's because he used to have that power, and when he gave it to his brother, he lost it. The sharing power that created all One for All. Maybe it was like a one and done deal. Maybe he got rid of it and thought it was a useless quirk and did it as a joke.
Like, you have the teeth coming out of your face, and you have some other quirk. We only saw him take from him, give to him, take from you, give to him. We never...
Yeah, that was
have we ever seen him... Like, did he really take that quirk from himself and give it to his brother?
Well, it was supposed to be a joke. Like, a meaningless joke for somebody who wouldn't be able to transfer anything to anyone. And because he didn't know his brother had a stockpile. So...
What if he just took a quirk from somebody and was like, I'm just giving this to my brother?
He can take things from people permanently. So maybe if he gives it, it's also a permanent thing. Like, I'm trying to think. Do we have any examples of things he's... Because you're right. It's only ever been an equivalent exchange, taking and giving.
Yeah.
At the same time.
I was going to bring up when he activated Kirogiri's quirk, but that doesn't make sense.
Yeah, he can also activate people's quirks.
That's one of his quirks.
Yeah, he can
Forcible
touch people.
quirk activation.
Yeah, with the little hacking crap.
Yeah, they should go into detail about that shit.
I think it's just to insinuate he hacked into their body. Their body's genetic coding.
He also did that to All Might, and he just threw him with it. He kept grabbing All Might with it.
Maybe it's like claws that are also hacks, but you can just grab it and chuck.
You know what that looks like?
Just extensions of fingernails that are also codes.
That looks like the Ben 10 monster upgrade.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's been a long time since I've seen the show.
It's like the green slime thing that can take over technology.
Okay, yeah. I remember Gray Matter. And I remember...
Isn't that the ghost?
No, he was the little...
the alien.
The smart thing, yeah.
Little gray man.
Anyways,
that was a great show.
I also wanted... Yes, it was. I also wanted to bring up... Does it not seem like they're also designing Nomu to fight specific heroes? The first Nomu was designed to take... He took 300 All Might's punches. And then
that Endeavor one was designed for All Might. That was 100% confirmed. They said in season 1 that's why he was like, this was the big day. They specifically designed this one to be able to null all his power.
Yeah. And the one that Endeavor fought was pretty challenging.
I don't know if that was intentional.
Okay.
More so, it seemed like they just picked a cat from a bag and decided to throw it.
Dobby did say that.
And that was, once again, that's one of those things that's up in the air. I don't know how much Dobby's decision making was actually decided by someone higher
he gives
up.
a shit what Hawk says.
It's gonna die.
Alright. There was a couple other things I wanted to say. Do
you want to swap the battery? It's literally gonna die.
I can save it for next video.
Dr. Robotnik is the mastermind behind the Nomu. That's the only other thing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Shigaraki
Eggman
being electrocuted.
Eggman.
Oh yeah.
That was pretty crazy though, that Shigaraki's getting those upgrades. So yeah, I do agree. I think he's already had some things tested with him in the city, and I think it's going to be more things added on to him. Are you guys good?
Yeah.
With your thoughts?
Yeah.
Alright, we'll see you guys next week because the camera's about to die, but son of a bitch, you'll hear our voice as we do this thing. Guys, if you like this video, make sure you leave a like on it, make sure you subscribe to the channel, drop a comment down below what you thought of this crazy-ass episode today. What were your thoughts seeing Aizawa and Mr. Singer emotional? What do you think? Do you think we can bring back Kirogiri? And leave some comments down below if you're a non-manga reader so we can see what you're thinking. For the time being, we're gonna punch it.
Oh!